So this next task is to move the title text object into the game class as an instance variable. And if we look at our code here, I'm here in main, and my title text object, I still haven't objectified this yet, so or this one here, subtitle, but I have objectified the left score, right? So left score is an object of type text that we defined earlier, and I'll go ahead and use this as an example. We want to go ahead and move it into the constructor for the game class, so it will be a part of run, right? The run object. And yeah, so then what we're going to have is an object as an instance variable of another object. And so that might seem kind of crazy to you, but it's something that we have been working with for the past, since we started objectifying Pong. And we've done it here in the paddle, right? We've done it here in the ball as well. So what do I mean by that? Well, if I run up to the paddle class, you can see that we have our width, our height, our speed. But then right here on line 41, we have our image, and the image instance variable is a object of type surface, which is defined in the Pygame file. Right? You can see surface here is capitalized, which signifies that it is a class name. And then we give these values to the constructor for the surface class, and once this runs, it's going to return an object of type surface, which we're saving here in the image instance variable. So for the paddle class, we have a object as an instance variable of the left paddle object, right? Same thing here, right? We run the constructor for rect. This returns an object of type rect, and we save it here in the rect instance variable. So this concept isn't foreign, and it could, theoretically can go on forever, where you can have an instance variable that is an object, that is an object, that's an object, that's an object, that's an object, that's an object of another object, right? So, yeah. So then what are we doing here? We are going ahead and moving this left score. So we're going to cut it out, and we're going to create it in the games constructor, so that when this line is run, it's going to run the games constructor, and it's going to build that text object as a part of run, right? So we don't need to have it here. We're going to go ahead and move it up into the games constructor. I'm going to come over here. Left score needs to have self, signifying it's an instance variable. This left paddle score at the beginning of the game is 0, so we could just cut that out and put 0 in there, right? The word 0, of course. And then yeah, we'll leave these same X position, Y positions, and the same size, and I'll go ahead and save that. But now when I run it, it's gonna break, right? Saying left score is not defined right here, right? So when I click, it'll take me to where, and this is using the local variable left score in main that I deleted, right? So since we moved left score into run, into the game class, and run is the instance variable of the game class, we need to say run.leftScore. We need to say that there, and here, and here. And notice here that we say run is the object, dot left score is the instance variable, right? And then as part of the instance variable, we say dot image, because the image is a instance variable of the left score, right? So yeah, don't be afraid of these periods, right? They just mean that what's after the period is an instance variable of the object preceding the period. So yeah, now we go ahead and run it. I run it, and everything should go good. There we go, right?